Al, we're in a weird little funk right now. Not in terms of like anything weird happening with us. It's just stuff to talk about is few and far between in terms of like actual like full length episodes, in terms of stuff we can actually like both discuss, because there's stuff that you've played that I have not yet played, and we will eventually discuss those, but
yes,
now is not the time.
Right.
Instead, we're just gonna we gotta take out the old grab bag again and just rifle through that and see what's in there to chit chat about.
I have a good sound effect for this. Are you ready?
Yes.
I hope that this actually picks up when I do it. If it doesn't, then it's going to be real embarrassing.
I got like 1 second, or like a tenth of a second of it.
Oh, hey, look, they've got a ball in here. Hey, did you know you have a ball in here? There you go.
Your microphone did not like the bag. I mean,
Well,
maybe it was good because it didn't pick up the bag. So like that's probably the signs of a good microphone. But you're probably just rifling around a like Chipotle bag that the kitties would be hanging around in.
I was actually rifling around. There is a Chipotle bag I could have done, but I was rifling around in their cheesy poof
Oh, yeah.
kitty bag,
Yes.
which is why I found a ball in there and threw it at Ichi so that he could play with it.
Not dig his claws into you.
Uh, he already did that.
Yes, that's true. Anyways, grab bag. That's what we're doing this week here on
Mm-hmm.
this week's episode of the Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. It's a podcast where we have conversations about video games, anime, and manga. Hello, I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc, Al, and Lady
Howdy.
Yep, this is episode 396.
Don't make fun of me.
No, it threw me off because I wasn't expecting the howdy.
Howdy.
Oh yes, we're gonna grab bag. We are closing in on episode 400.
Ooh, fancy.
We gotta
We
figure
planning
out.
anything?
We gotta figure out what to do for that.
All right, we gotta do something fun because we tend to be goofy with our anniversary ones
I mean, if you have any ideas,
or milestones.
you in particular, I'm talking to you, Al. Please let me know in case you want, like,
Okay.
there's something weird you want to do, like that's out of our wheelhouse.
All right.
But I feel like a lot of the stuff that you like, I also like, so that sometimes we just have a lot of overlap in terms of our likes, so
Yeah,
that makes it a little bit harder.
it does make it a little bit harder. There's not a whole lot that I could be like, hey, let's do this, and you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe like cooking shows. It's like one thing that I like that you're not really like super into.
I mean, I've watched some cooking shows in my day.
Yeah, I mean, we watched The Bear, which is not a cooking show,
Well, I mean,
but
like
it's a
actual
show about cooking.
shows.
I know, I was making a joke.
Oh, sorry.
It's joke.
It's a joke.
It's joke.
Yeah, we'll figure that out eventually. We still got like 4 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 weeks to figure that out. But yeah, grab bag. I guess the main component of this grab bag in particular is Al sent me her old hand-me-down computer.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have a computer that can actually like do things.
Yay!
I mean, my laptop did things. It was just old and was showing its age, let's say. And I also had like put that thing through the ringer.
So this is a slight upgrade.
Yeah, a little bit of a slight upgrade for sure. So like, yeah, I can like play actual personal computer games and like do emulation now
Ooh.
and have it actually like run, which is fun.
Yay!
So yeah, we're probably just gonna dive into some of that stuff and some other stuff that Al and I have played, which is basically just we played Power Wash Simulator. We played some DLC levels in that, and that was a fun time.
It was a fun time.
What did we do? We did a big aquarium.
Yeah, we watched an aquarium and we watched a submarine that got shit on.
The submarine was very easy compared to the aquarium, which was just very big.
I loved the aquarium though. Like that was a super fun level.
Yeah, there was a lot to it. That would be a very long wash if you were by yourself, for sure.
By yourself, absolutely, yeah. Which the funny part about it is that like I like went to go check out what else was in the aquarium, but I had the auto power washing stuff on, so like you could see a trail through the aquarium of where I
It's very good.
It's like, oh well, there's the goblin trail.
Yeah, that game's always fun.
It's so fun. I really want to get the Alice in Wonderland DLC at some point and play that with you, but
yeah,
I don't really want to pay $8 for it.
Yeah, maybe that stuff will go on sale. I would assume it does, but I haven't really like paid attention to it, so I couldn't tell you one way or the other.
Yeah, I haven't paid attention to it either, but I will pay attention to it now because I want to play the Alice in Wonderland stuff, but I also
Sure.
don't want to pay $8 for it.
Yeah.
I think my like I guess my sweet spot is like 5 or under.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
I'd be like, all right, I'd do that. But at $8, I'm just like, that extra $3, it's a money breaker, you know?
Deal breaker.
Deal breaker, that's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, the aquarium was so fun. Like it was really colorful and there were seahorses and there was like an actual aquarium you could go in. There was the secret room that was kind of wild.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah,
Power
under
wash.
under the sea.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Disney
And it's
will
like
DMCA us.
in a crab town. We didn't actually sing it.
You gotta be careful with them.
We didn't actually
You gotta be careful
sing
with one
it.
Michael R. Mouse.
Um, I mean, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I'm friends with Mickey Mouse.
Okay, Sora.
I have been inside of Mickey
Oh
Mouse.
God.
Wait, I shouldn't phrase it like that.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. I've played a lot of, not really a lot of, but I've dabbled in some PC video games that I can now play. Mostly it's been a lot of American Truck Simulator
Hmm.
because I basically set this entire thing up on the last day of the Steam sale. And I was just like looking through it because I also had to like get into your Steam account to like uninstall games, which is very weird.
That is super weird, and I'm
I
sorry
don't
about
get it.
that.
I mean, it's not your fault. It's just it was a weird thing that it made me do that. But regardless, so I did that, and then I got back into my account and all that sort of stuff, and did all that. Downloaded some games that I'd had on my account and everything to play later. A lot of it was just like some Hololive games and all that sort of stuff. But I saw American Truck Simulator, and it was like a couple of dollars, and I was like, I mean, for this amount of money, you could do worse.
Hmm.
So I ended up buying that, and that game is nice because it is very moddable. In
Yeah, you
terms of
showed me all the mods you had on.
because you can just like make it so it replaces like you can basically just make it more realistic in terms of like getting like real life brands and stuff. So like you have like like actual stores and restaurants and like trucks that go by with like actual like trailer branding and all that sort of stuff, like and actual billboards. You can listen to actual radio stations and all that jazz. It
Hmm.
just makes it more fun and all that sort of stuff. So I've been playing
I
a
liked
lot of
watching
that.
you.
Yeah, I need to show you it now because I have like I bought a truck.
Oh, you bought the truck finally.
Yes, and like I have the inside of it all like with weird accessories that I found. Like I found a mod that was just like, here's a bunch of random accessories you can put in your truck,
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
there's some interesting things you can do with that for sure.
Did you make it a Gremlin mobile?
Yes, you could say that. That's
Perfection. I'm
one way
so
you
proud.
could go with that.
So proud of you.
Yes. But yeah, it's fun. Like that game is like very relaxing in the same way that like Power Wash is. It was weird because like I haven't done a whole lot of like long distance driving in a while, so like there was a
Hmm.
weird like reminiscence of being like, oh yeah, I remember doing this. I remember driving long distances and highway
Is the last time when
driving,
you came to visit me?
like for like a big drive like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
But even then, I haven't really done a whole lot of like highway driving.
right. And you were not in a semi.
No, that too makes a bit of a bit of a difference there for
Bit of a
sure.
difference.
So yeah, that's been a fun time. It's driving through California,
California.
going
You
over
went
the
through San Francisco,
Golden Gate
Golden Gate
Bridge,
Bridge.
and then there's also like Nevada and Arizona as well.
You went to a Walmart
I did.
and a Dollar General.
I last night I delivered dynamite to a Home Depot.
Bro, what? Can you buy dynamite at Home Depot?
I don't think so, but that was just where it sent me to deliver this dynamite.
I was just thinking, I was like, oh God, I'm probably on a list now for asking if I could buy dynamite at Home Depot. Um,
That's what the game told me to do.
Okay, sure. You got to be careful with the load then so that it doesn't explode anywhere.
True.
Um, I only saw you hit one car,
Yeah.
so
I am safe driver.
you are a safe driver. You were using your blinkers
Mm-hmm.
and you had some nice radio stations going.
Yeah. It is simple to play on controller. It would be definitely better if I had a wheel. Like you could just be drive better, of course, and
Mhm.
the immersion factor and all that. But yeah, it plays fine on controller, so that's nice.
Nice.
Yeah. That's the big main thing I've been playing. I downloaded Fortnite.
Fortnite.
That's a video game. It plays. I can play Fortnite on the computer if I ever so desire.
I downloaded
Sure.
it on my PC as well so that when we do fishing streams, it I don't have to drag my PS5 over. I can
Yeah,
just play it on
yeah, that's
PC.
nice.
I was
I
like,
got a
hell
win on
yeah.
PC, so I felt very good.
Ooh, good job.
But yeah, I mean it's just Fortnite. That's the only thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and a lot of the other stuff I've been getting into is just like emulation stuff that I really couldn't do on my laptop.
I
Um,
saw you played some kind of Hololive game on Steam.
yeah, I
That
played
was that wasn't the one that I fish in.
no, I have HoloCure, but I have like a separate download for that on here. But I played a Holox Break, which is the other game the HoloCure team made,
hmm
which is like a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it seems alright. I only played like a little bit of it, but
Yeah, I just saw it on Discord that you were playing it. I was like, oh hey, there's
yeah,
another Hololive game. And then I
there's a lot of them.
totally for totally forgot to actually mention it to you that I was gonna ask you what it was, and I, goldfish brained it.
Yeah, the big thing I've been dabbling with because I could not do this on my laptop was PlayStation 2 emulation.
I need to do this.
Um, because I definitely tried, but it would just be like the games would run terribly and everything because like that
hmm
thing did not have an actual like graphics card or anything like that. So it's nice to be able to like do this and like they run fine and everything. Um, so I've been dabbling with some video games. Well, some of them I've dabbled with a little bit more than others. Some of them I was just like, I'll get this because it looks dumb. Like I got this weird game called Stadium DON, which of course it stands for Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Naruto, and it's essentially like a Smash Brothers clone,
What?
but with just those characters in it.
What?
So it's something. It's weird.
Who have you been playing as?
I played as Vegeta the one time I played it.
You know what? You made the right
hmm
choice.
There's the Inuyasha fighting game we played a little bit of.
That was a wild ride there.
I would say like it's cool that they have like the actual like English voice acting in that because we've
hmm
been watching the English dub of Inuyasha for Jared to now
As you
watch.
should.
Um, and like it doesn't sound terrible. I mean, it doesn't sound great, but like I don't think the direction or anything is bad with it. And
Yeah, there were
like
a couple reads though. I was like, oh, that's a little weird. I think the worst thing is that everything's so compressed, but it's
yeah,
PS2, so of course it
yeah.
is.
And like graphically, it looks fine.
Yeah, it actually does look really nice. I mean, like it's pretty good looking game for that era.
Yeah, like I was kind of surprised by that. I know there is the RPG as well, but I did not get that, at least not yet or anything.
Yeah,
Um,
I want to play that one. I haven't played it, but we did play through Inuyasha's story.
yes, which was very condensed, and now we don't have to watch Inuyasha anymore. He beat
We we
Naraku, and
we
it's
beat
all over.
Naraku. Also, we had to beat up Moroku and Songo for some reason, and I'm
Yep.
not sure why we had to beat them up.
Well, they were
We beat,
stopping us from going after Kagura.
right. We beat up Kagura and we beat up Kohaku, which Kohaku didn't really do or say
He
anything the
just
whole
stood
time.
there.
Um, and we beat up Kikyo, but as a human,
hmm
we were a human, not her. She's dead. The funniest part about the Kikyo fight was that dragon, though,
Yeah.
because the dragon just kept trying to attack you. And like the only time you actually like got down a health bar was because the dragon's like, nom 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 nom.
That
Because
dragon hit for a
Kikyo,
lot.
I know, because Kikyo wasn't doing anything to you. Like her wind-ups take too long.
Yeah, because she just shoots her bow at you.
Hmm. So like the only reason you ever got hit was because the dragon was just like, num 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 num. I love
Yep.
Inuyasha.
Nom, 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 nom.
Num 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 num. It was really funny to watch.
Good.
Um, and then, you had your tag team dynamics where Kagome's there too.
Hmm.
So that was interesting. I didn't even know this game existed, and that's wild because like I worked at a GameStop during like PS2 era.
It came out in like '05, I think.
Okay, well that was definitely not a GameStop then, but I still had like used games that I had
Yeah.
to go through. But I guess I never got the Inuyasha market coming through my GameStops.
Big shame, that one.
I know.
I've dabbled a little bit in the JoJo games on PS2, the ones that have
Whoa,
English translations. There's the one about Phantom Blood, which seems bad.
really?
Yeah, I tried to do the first fight and then died. Just the combat in it seems just not good.
Oh no,
Um,
that's sad.
and then there's also a Golden Wind one, which actually came before the Phantom Blood one. Like it came out like '02, and the Phantom Blood one's like '06 maybe.
Is that the one that has that weird licking scene in it?
The which one? The Golden Wind one?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one. Yeah, yeah. Because I've
Um,
seen the art of that, or not the art. I've seen the screenshots of that, and I was like, huh,
yeah.
interesting. What is this from?
Uh, this one's much better because it's a Capcom made game. So,
Ah, that it has the pedigree.
yeah. So like it just plays so much better. But yeah, it is Golden Wind. It seems like.
Okay.
And they also give like Giorno like a interesting voice. Like it definitely sounds like it's a woman voicing him.
Oh, huh, interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I've also dabbled in some Japanese wrestling games. Let's go.
Oh,
Because I have to do that. I've been playing King of Colosseum 2, which is like, uh, known as one of the best wrestling games of all time. It is very fun and good. It's got a very wide variety of a roster and all that sort of stuff because it has like multiple promotions represented in it and all that sort of stuff. So it's really fun in that aspect. Then I picked up the two Wrestle Kingdom games, which it kind of follows the same vein, but it's made by a different developer. These two were made by Ukes, who at the time was making the WWE games. So they kind of have that same look to them, where like the graphics look good and like the wrestlers themselves have like the models look really good and everything. The gameplay's weird because it doesn't play like the WWE games at all. It tries to play a little bit more like Fire Pro, but like I don't think it really hits that mark. I think the first game has a better roster because it has like more promotions represented and everything, and just a wider variety. While the second one goes more with like doing like Japanese wrestling legends and that aspect in terms of because they lost one of the promotions for the second game, so like they just made up for it by putting in a bunch of legends. And there's a variety of like actual like Japanese legends and then people like who would come over from like America and all that sort of stuff represented as well. Um, and I think the presentation in two is a little bit better because like they'll do like you'll hear like audience chants in the entrances, and two and one is like very quiet, so it just seems kind of weird. But yeah, those are fun. I definitely been wanting to like check those out for a long time because I knew they existed and everything, and just wanted to see like what they were all about and all that. So it's fun that I've been able to finally dive into those. And then the other thing, of course, is a game that I own. I could probably look at sitting on my PlayStation 3 right now, which does not play PlayStation 2 games, which is sitting on top of my PlayStation 2. But it's such a pain in the butt to get that all hooked up and everything. But I did
right.
download the third Shadow Hearts game.
Yes. Which hopefully we can eventually talk about like in full.
Yeah,
Because I plan to go back and play that game
Johnny
to see
Garland.
Johnny Garland,
Don't mess with New Yorkers.
New York. Um, I got it because I wanted to see like how do I feel about it now, like coming into it. And then it turns out that my PS3 is like one of the few games that my PS3 can't actually play.
It's like no.
I'm stuck in Johnny's office forever. So that's a bummer.
Yeah.
And it's not like something I could easily fix like Shadow Hearts Covenant had an issue with the running, but like I was able to fix that easy. But like this is not something I can fix, so I'm gonna have to follow your instructions and obtain it on my PC
Yeah.
so that I can actually play it. Because anybody who is even remotely aware of me is like, oh wow, Al really loves Shadow Hearts and Shadow Hearts Covenant. What? That's so surprising. Um, but I have not good feelings about was it From the New World?
Yeah.
But I'm hoping maybe I'll have a different reaction playing it now, knowing what to expect.
I feel like though that's kind of just like the consensus about this game is that it's not as well regarded compared to the first two games.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that is correct.
it kind of seems that way, at least from like the little bit I've played so far, is that it seems like they try to make it way more campy
Hmm.
in terms of like what they're doing story wise, and just like some of it I think just doesn't really work as well. But also like
Right.
it is hard to go from like those first two games and like just like the setting and everything and how wild and rambunctious it was and just, like the characters and all that to just brand new setting, brand new characters and all that. So like I think it's going to always going to have like a little bit against it going, for people going into it.
Hmm.
Which is fair. Like, you can look at it that way. Um but yeah, I haven't dived that far into it. You've played it before. You have your own thoughts and opinions on it from when you played it. And
Hmm.
like you said, you want to like see if those hold up or if it's still the same. And I am just a wee lad who has not gone through it yet. I'm Johnny Garland. I'm a detective. I'm from New
You're
York.
16.
I'm 16. Just a
What
little
year did this
guy.
come out? Do you remember?
0405, I think.
Okay.
Let me double check. From the New World. 2006 in North America, but '05 in Japan.
2006. So we're coming up very soon on like it being like 20 years since I played this,
Yeah.
which is disgusting to think about, by the way.
Did you know the 20-year anniversary of Shadow Hearts 2 is this year?
That's also disgusting to think about. That game's beautiful, by the way. Everybody should play it. Play Shadow Hearts 1 first, though. Shadow Hearts 1, Shadow Hearts Covenant. Then you can play Shadow Hearts 1 again, because the canon is wild. Um, but yeah, so I mean that's been a hot second since I played it. It's not like Shadow Hearts where I play it like every few years. But then again, I just found out that I can't actually run it, so that makes sense. I do know there's some like gross sexism in this one that I'm just like not a fan of.
Yeah.
And like every time I think about the game, I think about that and I'm just like,
I mean, that's fair.
but we'll see. I'll play it eventually. I have a hard time playing games on PC because I like my couch and not my PC chair.
Yeah. Completely understandable.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, there's that. I also dove a little bit back into Dolphin just to play some Donkey Konga. And, as you do, of course.
Good. What songs you been playing?
The Donkey Konga songs, of course.
Uh-huh.
All the good ones.
Such as?
You remember like Usher's in there?
That's so funny.
There's a lot of just weird shit in Donkey Konga.
Isn't there like some Nickelback or something?
No, there's Seether.
Like,
Not Seether,
see.
Stained.
Oh, Stained. Okay. I was gonna say Puddle of Mud, but Stained sounds about right. Why did all those bands have just shitty band names?
You know. I
Ugh.
clearly need to get like the PAL versions of these games because they have different soundtracks.
Right.
Because what if I want to play Tub Thumping?
What if you want to play Tub Thumping?
What if I want to play Don't Stop Me Now?
That's a good one.
September by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Do you remember?
No, I don't. Sorry.
I'm gonna say my memory. Unless it's Shadow Hearts related. Shadow Hearts 1 and 2.
True. Um, yeah, this the North American version of Donkey Kong Konga 2. I feel like we've talked about this before, but just in case you forgot, it's got Smash Mouth's All Star in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Good Charlotte's The Anthem.
Mm-hmm.
It's got like two Incubus songs on it.
Wow.
Like, it's got Stains. It's been a while. It's got REM's Losing My Religion and Shiny Happy People.
Very good.
It's got Chevelle's Send the Pain Below.
It's such a weird song to make a conga
It's
song.
got Usher's You Don't Have to Call.
Hell yeah.
you know. And then like the PAL version's got like Breakfast at Tiffany's, I'm a Slave for You.
Nice.
Normal things.
I mean, those are great. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. That also took me down a rabbit hole of trying to think like, what are these Taiko no Tatsujin games had for like the PS2 and GameCube? Are any of these weird enough? And I feel like I found one of them that had like a US release and it had the English version of the Dragon Ball Z theme on it. And I was like, all right, I'm in.
Nice.
You
That's so
gotta play
funny.
drums to Dragon, Dragon, Rock the Dragon. I mean, what else are you gonna do, really?
I mean, why would you do anything different?
It's true. They should just make a new Donkey Kong game.
That would be fun.
But
I
also,
mean,
but not license out music. Not like get the actual like music, like the actual songs. You have to cover
mhm.
them again.
Right, you have to have the really garbage covers.
Exactly. Like what else? That's the only way you got to do it.
Yeah, because it's funny. Like,
Mm-hmm.
make it sound as much like a Kids Bop song as possible.
How did they never make like a Kids Bop rhythm game for like the PlayStation 2?
It's a solid question. Seems like it would print money.
You would think like that would just been like a cheap cash grab type deal. But they were like, nah, can't do that.
Terrible.
Terrible. But yeah, that's kind of basically what I've been doing.
My adventure in emulation lately is that I've been trying to play Harvest Moon games so that I can
Yes.
get ready for fishing.
we had to do a deep dive into like researching, okay, does the SNES Harvest Moon and the N64 Harvest Moon have fishing for Al so she can do fishing on stream with those? And it's like looking up and researching, like, all right, this one does. Okay, this one does as well. I think we're good.
Well, the problem is like the timing on Harvest Moon 64 for fishing is damn near impossible.
Hell yeah.
So that's gonna be fun. Because like I think you basically have like a second of reaction time, but then like playing it on like not a CRTV, like you get an even shorter amount of time to actually make the hit.
Good.
So it is damn near impossible. So it's gonna be hilarious for me to like try and fish in that when I do that. I'm just basically gonna flail.
I mean, that'll make for some good entertainment. So,
Oh, it'll be hilarious. It's gonna be super funny. But that's my emulation adventure is fishing is impossible in Harvest Moon 64.
well, now you know. The more you know.
And I'm also stupid because I could not figure out what the hell to do in SNES version of Harvest Moon. It's like, what do I do? It tells me to talk to people. I don't want to talk to people. I just want to fish.
No, you got to talk to people. You got to become a friendly farmer.
I didn't wanna. Apparently, I missed talking to some girl that like is a dateable of it. I guess.
And you're like, no, I just want to fish.
I just want to fish, and then
Lead me to the fish.
lead me. And I also learned that in SNES version of Harvest Moon, like you can only have one item at a time. So I'm either gonna have to drop the fish or eat the fish when I'm fishing. I
I caught
can't
this
just like
fish.
I can't just like go sell it for money or anything. Like I have to sit there and figure out what I'm gonna do.
It's going to be
And
surrounded
then
by fish.
well, if you drop them, they disappear. They flop around and then they disappear. And it's
That's
like,
pretty good.
no, no.
Ooh.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll sure be a fun time for sure.
I named my dog Coro and then Corone.
Oh, you should also talk about the weird fishing demo you've been playing over two streams.
Oh my God. I forgot the name of what that Fishing Paradiso, is
I
that
think
what it's
that's what
called?
it was. That sounds about right.
My God, that demo was weird. Okay, so again, you were talking about the Steam sale. I was like, what if I look around and see like if there's anything that has fishing in it that might be something good for me to play on stream, being who I am as a person. And I found this demo. I have another demo ready for a different game that we'll see how that goes eventually. But uh Fishing Paradiso, I was like, all right, sure, we'll try this out. For one, the demo is super long and I was very confused by that.
Yeah.
Um, but like you start it up and it's like, oh hey, you're dead. Like, what? What do you mean I'm dead? They're like, yeah, you're dead. You're in heaven. Also, there's like this big whale man who talks to you. And like I guess that's part of the plot. And so your character's like, I'm trying to find this whale. But no, you find a sexist bird instead who teaches you how to fish. And so like you make friends with like a cat. You make friends with like a little nerdy guy who likes to travel, and you make friends with a lady who's like got her baby and they're both dead and they're like waiting for her husband to die so they can be together again, which is really up. And then this like Fabio man walks up and is like trying to marry her and she says no and he just zooms away. He's a lumberjack.
He did yeet
Um
himself away very quickly.
yeah, he yeeted away. He was like, "Oh no." Um but like the whole idea is like you just fish and give fish to people and that's what you do. And so like I don't know what's happening in this plot because it seems like there's something happening here besides the fact that I'm dead. So I put it on my wish list hoping that like when it goes on sale, I'll pick it up to see what the hell's going on. But like that is a weird game.
There was also a thing where like you got like contacted by people who were catering a dinner between heaven and hell, and they were like, "Well,
Yeah.
hell wants this type of fish, so we're gonna get it for them. So you should go get the fish for us." And then you do that, and then like some angel dude's like, "Yeah, we're not doing that. Get rid of these fish."
Yeah, we're not having
And
hellfish.
it's
We're
just
only
like,
having
what is
heaven fish.
happening?
And then like the boating man punches him in the face, and I'm like, heaven is weird.
Heaven is a place on earth.
I mean, I hear that, but like, I don't know. If this is the afterlife, it kind of sucks. You do get to decorate your house though.
Yeah, that is true.
But like you can get attacked by animals in heaven and you can fall off a roof when you're drunk and get injured in heaven. And I'm like, none of that sounds fun. You have to buy your own house in heaven. All that sounds
But
terrible.
you get to fish.
But you get to fish, so that's pretty nice. And the fishing mechanic's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, so that's been
So
a very interesting thing to see on stream.
the fact that it took two streams to get through it is wild. Like I didn't expect that for a demo. I had two demos ready for one stream because it's like, oh, it'll probably be short. Nope, it was not short. I hope the progress carries over because if it doesn't, I'm gonna be real
That would
sad.
be really bad, especially because like at the end they're like, "Hey, if you want to continue, you got to play the game."
Right. Like literally the sexist bird says that to you.
That would be
Like, oh.
wild.
Wait, was it the sexist bird or was it the boat captain?
It was. I think it was just some random dude who came up and was like, "Hey, can't do this. You got to buy the game." And then the other guy was like, "Yeah, you heard a man."
Oh, okay. Either way, like I would be real devastated if I have to replay through all that, even though I do enjoy the fishing. So, but I put obviously like 2 hours into it, so that would be a shame.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the grab bag. I think it's empty now.
Empty grab bag.
Shake it and then nothing will fall on my head,
Shake, shake, shake,
which
shake,
is
shake,
good.
shake, shake.
So yeah, that's gonna do it for us this week. So if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sec.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Jared Now Watch. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. You can follow us on Blue Sky at seasonalanimecheckup.com. You can buy our books, One Shiny Moment of Critical Analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, Hot Tubs, and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SICOVA. Buy us a slice of pizza, get access to unedited versions of the podcast early.
Nailed
Wealth
it.
of bonus podcasts as well, and our Patreon monthly bonus podcast that we do, which we should have a new episode up fairly soon. Probably by the time you hear this, it'll be up, or like very soon to being up the same
Hmm.
weekend, hopefully.
Yeah, it'll be the
Something
same
that
weekend
that
probably.
we'll get to it. But yeah, look forward to that. Next week we'll talk about something, 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 something.
Something.